Thanks for your company tonight on Sports Day. Adam Papalia, Paul Hazelby with you this evening. Back to your call shortly on 9221 882. Just an update in the World Cup qualifier. Australia still leading Nepal 4-0. We'll keep you up to date with the full-time score in that one, but the Socceroos cruising at the moment in that qualifier over there in Canberra. Let's continue with our sport update. Thanks to Maccas, win with the Monopoly game at Maccas. And, of course, Fremantle yesterday announcing that there's another Freo person returning to the Dockers. This time, another announcement about their coaching panel with Josh Carr, former player, of course, with the Dockers and also with a premiership player with Port Adelaide, returning to Freo. And he joins us on the line now. Josh, thanks for your time.
No, evening, guys.
Great to have a chat to you. A new challenge. You've been on a pretty extensive coaching journey since your playing career finished, but you must be excited to get back to Freo.
Yeah, look, I am really excited to get back over there. And, I guess 8 years of coaching, mixed up of, 4 years with Port and then another 4 years coaching my own side at North Adelaide. And obviously, I feel like the time was right and an exciting time at Fremantle with some new beginnings happening.
Congratulations, Carr, on coming back. Terrific news. Now, just take us through your coaching journey, because you did spend 4 years under Ken Hinkley. Firstly, your reasons to go out on your own. Was it to better yourself as a coach, to try it out to see if one day you wanted to be the head coach?
Yeah, look, Hayes, I guess every coach has a different pathway and whatever's, right for them. And for me at the time, at Port, I felt like I needed to coach my own team, and at the time I was offered the job to coach the Port Magpies and do that for 2 years and then come back up to a line coach. And I always thought if I was going to coach my own side, I really wanted to do it properly and go out and be at a club that you had to deal with supporters and sponsors and board and all those sort of things that you got to deal with when you're being a senior coach. So I thought that was the right thing to do, and I went out and did that. And I'm really happy that I did, because I felt like I learned so much in those 4 years, and really lucky to win a premiership as well.
Yeah, and to your credit, you took on a lowly side, didn't you, North Adelaide? Tell us about how they struggled for a number of years, and then in 2018 you got them to the top to win the premiership. It must have been very special, given that you just didn't take the easiest job around.
Yeah, look, it was they'd won one game the year that I got the job, and I knew the job was up, but I actually didn't go out and go, you know what, I'll have a crack at it. And I was lucky, I was lucky that the CEO at the time, Greg Edwards, picked up the phone and called me and said, what are your thoughts? You want to come and have a chat about it? And I thought, why not? I might as well go have a chat. And look, the whole challenge of where they were at was something that really sort of excited me. I thought, if I'm going to do it, you can really set up your own team by, bringing some new players in, cleaning the place out as well, making sure that everyone was there for the right reasons and there to win premierships. And I was lucky to do that, and obviously not finish off with a premiership. I get a premiership in 2018, and then we lost a fair few players, and then going through that process again this year. And hopefully they're in a better place and ready for a good year in 2020.
So regardless of the approach from Peter Bell and the Fremantle board about, firstly, the coaching position here at Fremantle, were you looking to get back into the industry, the AFL industry, this season? Yeah,
well, it was funny. It was about 8 weeks ago, I reckon I sat down with my wife, Carolina, and we sort of mapped out, the next 4 to 5 years and what it looks like, and for me with my coaching and what we should do. And we both decided that, we needed to get back into the AFL and start that pathway. And if a job popped up this year, it had to be, the right job for me, what I felt was the right job and the right club. And I was lucky that, Freo, had that chat with them and a couple others. But I just felt like Freo was the right fit with where the list is at. They've had 3 to 4 years of, turning it over and getting some young guys within the group, and just felt like with Longy on board as well that the time was right.
When did you first start chatting to Freo, and how did those discussions come about and evolve for you to end up coming across and back to the Dockers? Yeah,
look, it was probably about 5 or 6 weeks ago. It was obviously the process that they were going with the senior coach, talking to all coaches all over Australia, doing their due diligence. I was pretty realistic about where, I was an SNFL coach that, being an SNFL coach, you're going to struggle to go straight into an AFL coach. So it was, they obviously had that chat with me, and at the end of that, I guess, Belly and felt pretty comfortable with where I was at with my coaching, and we just maintained those talks over the last 3 or 4 weeks until the senior coach got appointed, and then once Longy was appointed, I caught up with Longy and Belly, and had a good discussion about where the club was at and where Longy was at as well, and I loved it, and, really excited to be working with Justin, and felt comfortable with where his coaching was at and where he saw the club going forward.
The boy from Goomalling and the boy from Quarter, eh? Who would have thought the country boys would end up at the top of the Fremantle Dockers coaching staff?
And then being interviewed from the boy from Northampton, eh? Who would have thought?
It's a strange old world, isn't it? What do you think, and Justin's going to go through it, there is a massive difference from being that assistant coach to going in and taking the reins as the top person. You've done it at SANFL level, which is still a big jump, and there's a lot of pressure that comes with that, but tell us the difference. Explain to our listeners the difference between the two.
Yeah, look, obviously you've been there with yourself Hayes, with managing a Freo, and look, it'll be totally different. Obviously, being an AFL coach, dealing with I guess a bigger industry, really. You're not just managing players, you're managing sponsors, you're managing boards, and that's exactly what you are. You're a man manager and in charge, and you got great support from your assistant coaches, and just making sure everyone's on the same page. I think that's the most important thing as a senior coach, just getting the message clear to everyone, and delivering that to your playing group and articulating that in the right way.
As an extension of that, do you still have some of the persona, I guess, that you had as a player out on the field in your coaching, or are you a little different these days? Yeah,
look, I think no, I'm a lot different. I think I think North Adelaide, when they first got me as coach, I think that's what they thought they were going to get. They thought they were going to get the Josh Carr, with the way that I play. But I'd like to think I'm a lot different than that. It's the players are humans, and I feel like everyone works best when you respect each other and you talk to each other in a humanly way to make sure that you have those conversations and get the best out of them. So for me, it's just getting the best out of every individual, and some are different. Some need the odd spray here and there, and some just need a bit of a pat on the bum.
I might have missed it today, but which part of the ground will you be coaching? Through the midfield?
Look, we haven't nailed that down yet. We've had conversations about it, but I guess until we get together as a coaching group, I know Justin wants to make sure that every coach is coaching the best way that they can and comfortable in each area. So we get together in about 10 days' time for 3 or 4 days, and we'll nut that out and make sure everyone's giving Justin the support he needs.
You mentioned your wife before, and last time she came over, that you both went back as a family to South Australia to continue on your coaching career over there. How difficult was it to get her and your kids to come back to Perth, or was it an easy decision?
Oh, look, it was it's not an easy decision. I guess when you've got 4 kids, it's definitely going to be the logistics of it all. You feel like it's probably a lot bigger than what it is, but look, she's been very supportive of me, and the kids, they're pretty pumped, to be honest. They've got all the cousins over in WA, so they're pretty excited. It's a good adventure for the family, and obviously it was all about, I guess, work and the opportunity to get back in the system. But I guess we're lucky at the same time that I've got family over there too.
Well, good stuff. Josh, when do you make the move over?
21st, we get together as a coaching group of October, so that's not far away. So I'll make the way over there, and then as a family, we'll take our time and make sure we get a house and all settled in, and then I'll get the family over at the right time.
Brilliant. There'll be plenty of work to get into once you do lob back into WA.
Is Brad Hill going to be there for pre-season when you get there?
Oh, I don't know, Hayes. That's definitely not my area. I'll leave that one to the.
I like him already. Just stay within the lane.
Big guys.
Yeah, he's got the assistant coach lingo down pat already, Josh. Thanks for your time, mate. Great to have a chat, and look forward to having you back in the West.
No, good work. Thanks for having me, guys.